Hi everyone. So phase one or step one of the service that we offer our clients is an early alignment, due diligence, and review process of any property or asset that you are considering to make an offer on. So this stage typically happens in the sourcing phase where you are reviewing properties or prospective purchases before you make an offer in and before you sign a contract. Now, what does this early sense check or early due diligence actually mean in practice? I'll run you through a few examples just at a high level. So, here's an example of a property we reviewed. As you can see, well presented brick home. On the bottom right corner, what we were able to pick up on was a garden gnome that seems to be rendering or hiding a defect. So, we were able to pick up this. We had a close look at it, and it looks like there was a crack in the foundation or in the concrete strip footing around this property. Now, it's not just about picking up these issues, but also understanding what to actually do about it. So, in this particular scenario, we thought that if the vendor was looking to hide this issue, it means that there could be more items that they were hiding. So, it meant we had to dig deeper and do more reviews and more due diligence on this specific property. We were actually able to find out through a local inspector that a prior inspection was actually done on this property. Foundation issues were recorded, which were not made known to prospective buyers at this time, and the client decided not to proceed with this due to the risk profile. Here's another example of a fully renovated home, top to bottom, living rooms, kitchen, all bathrooms renovated. Now, even in fully renovated home, we were able to pick up on some major plumbing, waterproofing issues throughout the property. So, as part of this process, we worked with a really competent, experienced inspector, picked up on these issues, and we were able to negotiate a discount to get these issues rectified. Here again, a renovated home, there was a layout change, and what happened is this has caused overstressing of certain elements because of this layout change, and there was some structural damages to it. Now we were able to again negotiate a discount and come up with a cost-effective, fit-for-purpose solution to deal with these issues. Here's another example of some foundation issues that were picked up on. This was also pre-settlement. We had negotiated for some works to be done prior to settlement, but through our support, we were able to guide the clients on what sort of clauses would make sense from a due diligence perspective to make sure the works were done correctly and will give us the opportunity to continue to do further due diligence during the contract phase after some of these works were repaired. Here's an example of some issues that we were able to pick up on really early on, um, and we entered the contract knowing some of these possible issues, managed to negotiate some money to get the repair works done with some residual spare cash. Here's a property that we picked up on. You can see there was some rendering or hiding of some potential elements. We did further due diligence and we realized that the risk profile of potential issues with this property did not align with the client. Here's another property where we've picked up on, through a walkthrough video, we've picked up on some potential issues. We send a local inspector in just to have a quick look, not to do a full inspection, but just to do a quick check. He was in the area at the time, and we picked up on significant issues, and the client decided not to proceed with this property. So, just on our extensive experience, I've personally reviewed hundreds of properties. I understand issues and defects, what can be hidden, and what they might look like. And just through the early due diligence process, we're able to pick up on minute clues that will either give us an idea of the risk profile or give us an idea of what we need to consider either in the contract or in the due diligence phase or in this inspection phase to make sure that nothing is being missed. So there's plenty of examples of how this can help a client early on in the process.